I'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for men, creating strong men, powerful men. So, ladies, why do you think we can't get men to join?
They're afraid. They're lazy.
Hmm,
Um, they don't want to know the truth.
interesting. Nora, you have any thoughts?
I'm not sure.
So, I mean, why do you both attend?
It's important to you.
Interesting. Nora?
See if I can learn something. I don't know.
So there's three C's that we've discovered up to this point. I'd like to have it better than these, but these I think are pretty good. Is consistency, consideration, and competency. So I started the pickleball book today. Pickleball changed our lives. A simple guide to improving your pickleball game in your life. So it's going to be fascinating to see that. Um, So do we focus on those three and then underneath those three, there's three, so consistency, on what? So
Hmm.
with my four daughters, I joked with Katrina about how I had this grid all around the world and I was going to go ahead and find the man and build the man to help her find the ideal husband. Did you do that, Mark? I did not. Um, but I'm working on it. I'm working, not because I care. So inconsistency, like it seems like consistency is so critical for any success in any area of life. Is this Bob? No. Yes. Who's joined us on the Samsung? Who's ever joined us? Welcome.
This is Bob finally.
Bob, that's crazy, dude.
Well, I was looking for a completely different link.
All right. So one of the things that you learn about me is you don't have to explain things unless I ask. If I ask, you can explain them. If not, so Nora and Rosanna, um, this is Bob. Bob, this is Nora and Rosanna.
Good morning.
And good morning. And Bob, do you think you're going to join us, every Sunday or not?
I'm going to give it my best shot. That's for sure. Because I
When your
need to
best,
learn.
when your best isn't good enough, Bob, then what?
You have to try harder, right?
I don't know. That's what I think. I mean, like business, like entrepreneurs, like if your best isn't good enough, you know, try better.
Yep.
So you can text Kenny and Luke right now, and say, "Hey guys, I'm on the podcast for young men or building strong men. How come you're both not on?" So text them right now. That'll be funny. Go ahead and do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Say, "Hey, I'm on looking for you guys." So for sure, this is crazy. So while Bob's doing that, I'll just so consistency, like my parents taught. Like Bob doesn't know me that well, but and I don't know that Rosanna and Nora do either. Rosanna and Nora, do you think do you both think you know me? Well, or not so much.
No.
Kind of. Yes.
So, so this is going to become shocking to both of these ladies. Is sometimes I might have a tendency to take things to the extreme.
Yeah.
What? So my mom, like I realized, I don't know, I was 12 maybe or something, that I was just, I mean, God told me when I was 8 that I was an average or below average kid. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be an average or below average kid. And God said to me when I was 8, He said, Mark, you're an average below average kid. I'm like, I get that, God. And then He said, if you're a good steward of what I give you, you're going to change the whole world. That's what He told me when I was 8.
That's a blessing and a half.
Well, and a curse to the 10th power. Why is that? Anyways, let's get back. Let's
I
stay
think, yeah,
focused.
right.
Oh, I'm going to stay focused. Bob's going to get me off focus.
Right.
And that's okay, but I'm going to be disciplined. So consistency and consideration and then competency. So I guess let's start with Bob. Bob, why is consistency, consideration, and competence so important for men?
I think it, because we actually are usually following the wrong track no matter what.
See, that's fascinating. Is that fascinating, Nora and Rosanna, or what?
Yeah.
Why?
As you say it is.
I didn't say it was. Bob said it was.
You said it's fascinating.
Well, okay, so I said it was fascinating. I mean, she's teasing me, Bob. So Rosanna's she's my wife of 41 years. Nora's my friend of 8 months. And so Nora, why is what Bob said fascinating?
Um, not sure. Like, why would you say that, Bob?
I would say that because that's my thoughts on most men. There are some women that are like that, so it's not just men. That it's easier to take the wrong path than the, the more difficult, harder to do stuff. Take the easy way out usually.
Okay, now, Mark, why do you think it's fascinating?
That Bob's a man and he sees that, by and large, men are going to take the wrong path. They're on, they're off course. It's just easy. It's just easiest to do that. I don't know. It's just easy. And it's fascinating to me that, like, Bob, like, he throws men under the bus. And he says some women are like that, some women are like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
men by and large, he didn't say 100% of men 100% of the time. He just said that men, that's their tendency.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, in general. And I would agree.
Because it's that, I think it has to do with that alpha instinct, right?
Um, you know, I don't know.
That's only
Now,
my thought.
right. Yeah, I
It's
don't
not,
know.
it's not,
I don't know. I don't know I'm not sure exactly what Bob means in the alpha instinct, but so if you
oh,
ask me about women, if you ask me about women, what would I say? What would I say about that, Nora?
You'd probably say that most women are like that too.
Okay. Yeah. Or I might say, I mean, the Garden of Eden was perfect until women came. I mean, everything was running great, and then women came, and all of a sudden, everything got mucked up. like, like, but that's not the way you're supposed to speak as a pastor
Right. I
or
think
a
that was
man.
50-50 joint venture. There were,
Well, see, on that particular, well, anyways, let's, because
yeah,
we
right,
can
off
go
topic.
into that. So, consistency, um, consideration, and competence. Okay, so Nora, why do you think those three things are so important for men?
Because men are supposed to, I don't know, be like the leaders.
And why do you think that's so hard, Nora, for men to do?
I think some of it might be that it's not taught or modeled.
Right?
Not sure exactly.
So it's fascinating because when you look at the personalities, um, my dad died, what was it, 9 years ago, I think it was. So I'm a driver analytic. My dad was an amiable analytic. I don't think my dad liked me. He was a
I
great dad. He was a great dad. Loved him. I mean, I'm so thankful for everything that I learned from him. Um, John Henderson said you can learn more from a bad leader than you can a good leader. I'm not
That's
saying
for sure.
I'm not saying my dad was a bad, I'm not saying that my dad was a bad dad. I don't think he was. Paul Weiner, uh, he's a friend of mine that I think it's been 3 years since he's talked to me. But once so he was pretty much raised by women. And he
Right.
said, he thought my dad was more abusive to me than his dad was to him. I'm like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get it. I just don't see it. And so my dad was very, very different than I am. I mean, very different. He didn't like conflict. Oh my gracious, he avoided conflict with like the plague. I mean, it was crazy how much he avoided conflict.
Really.
Oh, big time. Oh, I could tell you the stories, but it's
Right.
fascinating because we were in high school going to a private high school. So we moved from Appleton, Wisconsin to the suburbs of Chicago, Warrenville, Illinois. And and we went to a private school there. And I was dating a girl, Sandy Lawrence. And and uh and I was probably 15 at the time. And my dad pulled us out of that school and put us in a public school.
That's a big step.
That's a huge step.
Yeah.
My mom didn't, well, she was not real in favor of that, but she was very supportive. Like she did not undermine my dad. She did not undermine my dad. Like she supported him probably too much. Like Sandy and I broke up, and I didn't learn until I was in my 40s or early 50s. I was talking to my mom after my dad died. And I don't know, somehow Sandy Lawrence came up and my dad went ahead, or my mom said, "Yeah, I was so concerned about you, Mark." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Mom, you didn't say
Right.
anything." And she's like, "Well, I talked to Dad, and I told Dad, I'm really concerned about Mark breaking up with Sandy." And what did my dad say?
I he's a man. He needs to grow up.
Right, pretty much. Don't worry, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't fine. My heart was absolutely like
Br-
it was ripped out of my heart. My heart was ripped out of my chest and on the ground, and people were dancing all over it. And my mom, she didn't, like, all she had to do is just come up to me and say, "Hey, Mark, are you okay?" I would
We'll
have
make it through.
cried like a baby. Give me a hug, but
Yeah.
nothing. There's not even, why am I thankful for that?
It made you stronger for sure.
How so?
Mentally, that was even you did a better choice of mental strength on your own.
Rosanna, nor any other suggestions or thoughts?
Um, it made you understand others.
How so?
That didn't.
Where you don't, you think others can do the same thing.
Really?
I think.
Who in my life can do the same thing?
Maybe expect others to do the same thing.
Well, it kind of shows you nobody cares for you. You better care for yourself.
Right? Not even your own mom, who I loved and adored.
Right.
Like she died like 8 years ago. Like that woman, holy cow. Did she capture my heart? Like, man, did she that whoa, baby cakes. Like that
Yeah.
woman, man, did she grab it,
Heck yeah.
right?
Man, I could not even imagine that.
What do you mean?
Losing a mom.
Is your mom still with us?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. How old is she?
Older than I am, I know that much. I keep track of I'm 55.
Okay. So she's, I'm guessing, at least 75, you know?
Yeah, she's like 83, I believe.
83. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Good for her. Good for you.
Amen. Yep.
Yeah. So, Bob, I don't know if he's going to, like, why wouldn't you come on a Sunday at 7 o'clock? Like, what else are you going to do?
Um, well, I was just moving a wall downstairs,
Right.
finishing the section up.
Right.
I'm making time. I need to learn.
Learn what?
Um, like talking to Mark, I get like all these little hints and stuff that I can burn in my brain to how to control myself and how to do things better throughout on my, let's say, my organizational skills. I have them, but I don't implement them. Mark is like sort of giving me the drive to just the way that you speak and stuff, you're direct, you're straight. That's why I like that. You always think that you upset people. Well, they need to pay attention to what you're talking about.
So, Rosanna and Nora, I'm curious. Welcome, Jill. Good to have you on. So, Nora and Rosanna, how long do you think that's going to last? Should we have some side bets? Like, so, so first we'll go with Nora, since she's well. Let's go with Rosanna, since she's been married to me for 41. How long do you think Bob's going to appreciate that about me, Rosanna?
A month.
A month. Okay. So Rosanna's coming in a month, Bob.
Right.
So we need to go ahead and we need to go ahead and track that bad boy and see. Nora, how about you? How long do you think Bob's gonna appreciate that about me?
How often are you guys gonna talk?
I don't know. Maybe daily,
I'll talk when he has time.
which is
Which is all the
daily.
time.
All the
Um, maybe, I don't know, 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
weeks. And Bill, how long do you think? Somebody write this down, please. How long do you think Bob's going to appreciate that about me? Bill,
I have to get unmuted. Hold on. Oh,
you're,
um,
yeah, we can hear you.
if you guys, hey, I would say maybe on the outside. I mean, if you're really lucky, maybe 6 weeks.
Okay. Nora, are you honest with me?
Yep.
Okay. So Nora and I have known each other for 8 months. You know, um, how long how long did you appreciate it about me, Nora?
I think I still do. It just looks different. Like I challenge you more.
So how long did it take you to challenge me?
I don't know. Like, did I challenge you much? Like
I
3 months, maybe? I don't know.
So Bob, there's 4 levels of friendship you have with me. Okay, level 1 is you'll like Mark. If I like you, you're gonna like me for a period of time. If I don't like you, you might not like me
Right on.
right away. And I'm fine with that because I don't like you. Level
That's
2.
normal. That's a normal way. Like it's either you can talk with the people or it's done. And that's
Level
like
2 is Mark's gonna irritate you. You don't like Mark. Level 3 is you're gonna love Mark. And level 4 is, our visions are gonna connect. So Nora, I told Nora, I don't know if it was the first time we met. Often it's the first time I meet somebody. I said, I love people. I just don't like people. And Nora, she's really cocky and she's like, oh, you'll like me. I made a mistake then, though, because nobody ever said that to me. Nobody's ever said, oh, you'll like me. It's just so confident. It's like so confident. My gracious. I'm like, we'll see. Like, we'll see. Like, cocky girl. Like, we'll see. Like, cheapers.
Okay, so
She,
what's the difference between confident and cocky?
well, again, I missed the detail with you.
What's that?
I didn't say how long. How long am I going to like you, Nora? like, like, so I didn't ask that detail. I messed up. Messed up. Nora's taught me so much, Bob. It's insane. I mean, it is insane. Okay, so getting back to the 3 things for building powerful men is consistency, consideration, and competence. Why are those 3 so magical? Here's why I think they're magical. Consistency is like there's a book out there. I met the author actually, and it's Wild at Heart. And so I think it was written actually about his daughter, where she was wild at heart. And so when you have a wild heart, um, it's just I think men want what men want, and that's what they want. And they figure out from birth how to get what they want from their moms. And so they learn how to manipulate their moms, and then they learn how to manipulate the other women in their life. And then they learn how to go ahead and get the women to go ahead and, to get the women to go ahead and, take their side and defend them. Use the women as human shields, women and kids as human shields. My mom never taught me that. She just didn't. And so consistency is one of the hardest things, doing something that you don't like doing. Like Jennifer Tibbs, she's a school teacher. She was a school teacher, and we did action vision coaching for her. And she said, I don't want to be a school teacher anymore. And I said, okay, why is that? And she said, because I hate teaching school. I said, she taught middle school math.
Yeah. Nowadays, the teachers do the parents' jobs all the time.
So she didn't like teaching. She didn't like doing it. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to become a financial planner. I said, okay. So, so what, why are you talking to me? Why? She's like, because you'll give me a perspective nobody else will give me. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I go from, so consistency and then consideration. And so, so she had married a gentleman that was like, I don't know, 20 years older than her or something. And he was working in a factory at a warehouse or something. So immediately I go to consider him. So he's going to have because she's not going to get paid. It's going to be commission. It's going to take a while. So I consider him. I said, what does your husband say? And she says, well, so she was probably in her 40s, maybe. He was maybe in his 60s, I'm guessing. And so, I mean, he's doing physical labor and he's in his 60s. And so she said, oh, he said it's fine. So what do I know immediately? So when a husband says it's fine, if a wife has captured his heart, he's going to say it's fine, even though it's not. He will literally work himself to death. So I'm like, okay, so your husband says it's fine for you to do. I'm thinking, yeah, it may not be, but he's in love with her. So he's willing to go ahead and sacrifice literally his body, his health I don't know. So I said, why are you calling me? Why are you talking to me? She says, because you'll tell me a different perspective. I said, why don't you want to teach anymore? And she says, I just hate it. I said, why? And then she explained everything to me. And I said, Jennifer, I don't know. Maybe, and this was probably 10 years ago, I'm guessing. And I said, Jennifer, I think God still has something for you that you need to learn in teaching. She's like, okay. And I said, Jennifer, men will serve their wives and do things they hate doing for decades. And later I asked her, why did she teach for another year? And she said, because of what you said about men. I thought, wow, that woman's an interesting woman. She did something she didn't want to do for a year out of consideration for her husband and men in just general. She was just, women, they don't know what men sacrifice. They just don't. And so consideration, and it's interesting because she had the best year ever because she listened to me. and women, women, they like you as long as you tell them what they want to hear. When you start telling them things they don't want to hear, they don't like you. They do not like you. Now, Jill,
So you don't
sorry, go ahead.
so you don't think God had anything to do with all that?
Oh, I think he absolutely did.
Right on. Amen.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's cool how you kicked it. He gives us the powers and us the knowledge, and it's up to us to choose when to implement it. Sometimes we don't implement it, and sometimes we get lucky like you did right there, several times over, but whatever.
How did I get lucky?
You told her to do it in our year, and it worked out perfectly.
Oh yeah, I mean, she went ahead and she listened to me, and had her
Amen.
do a personality assessment on all the students, and then I had him do a life vision passion circle, and then I got him excited about math, and then helping other people. So she didn't have to teach, like the ones who loved the subject taught the other kids, and all the other teachers got jealous of her, went to the principal and said, "You got to stop Jennifer, like she can't do this." And the principal said, "I can't do anything about it. All the test scores are higher." Like, it's crazy when a woman listens. Most of them don't. Or they listen for a short
Right.
period of time until they get it figured out. They have a problem, then they get it figured out, and then they stop listening. They're like, "Okay, I got this figured out." It's like, okay, we'll see. Hope you
Yep.
do.
The box is checked for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. And so for men, consistency, doing things you hate doing. You don't like doing them. You just don't. That's a man. Do it. For crying
Yeah.
out loud, you're a man.
Yeah. Amen.
And then consideration. You consider your wife and your kids. You consider them above yourself. Men don't know how to do that, especially men
Right.
who don't have strong men in their lives. And
Right.
even them, they still struggle with it. It's like, you think I enjoy doing this? Like, it was so fascinating. Like, we had we had some rental units, and we had a pipe that burst, and Rosanna's dad, he's been in construction his entire life, and he came to the house and he helped us. He only helped us once on rental properties. He's helped around our other property, but only once on our rental property. And he helped us with the plumbing, and we're downstairs in the basement, we're doing this, and he's like, man, I hate doing this stuff. And I'm like, really? And he's like, oh yeah, I hate it. I said, wow, I would have never guessed that. I mean, it's what he did for a living. He's like, yeah, and I hate that everybody expects me, all my kids and everybody expects me to do this. And I'm like, wow. He never helped us on the property again. I don't know. I love what I'm doing, And so,
Right.
so consideration is like considering. Men don't know how to consider, especially if they have moms manipulate them emotionally, and then they manipulate their mom, and then they go and manipulate their wife, and then but what if she had a strong dad? If you have a strong dad, it's a huge disadvantage to the husband that a woman married. If you have a really good dad, because that girl only knew one dad. She just thinks, well, this is how husbands treat their wives. This is how Jill's shaking her head. Like, this is how you'd be a dad. And all of a sudden, that's the only thing. That girl grows into a woman, and that girl, if you have a sucky dad, so guys, find a woman that has a sucky dad and doesn't expect anything of you. Marry that man or marry that woman, because then she has very low expectations of you. Like, you know what? You're just a goofball. My dad was a goofball, everybody. But boy, like, first thing you do is ask a girl and say, how good was your dad? 1 to 10. And man, if she says anything above an 8, run from her like crazy, because she actually thinks like a dad will work forever and do all kinds of stuff and makes all kinds of sacrifices. Like, she actually thinks that's what real men do. Like, they give themselves to their wife and kids. Like, wow. Like, now she's going to expect you to, like, I don't know. Who knows what they might expect you to do? Like, okay. Then the third thing is competency. Why is competency so important for men?
Because if they're not smart, they make stupid choices.
Was smart competency? What is competency? Competency is getting good. I mean, really, really, really good. Like, I mean, you're good. You are really, really good. So I've been playing pickleball. This is my third year now, and I'm taking lessons from a pro. I play at a group, and there's probably, I played. So when I started playing with a group of people, I was kind of middle lower, and it seemed like I accelerated and became, one of the best in that group. Then I went to another group because they all went south for the winter, and I went to another group, and there's probably 50 people there, and multiple people have said, "Mark, you're the best of everybody. You're the best there." I mean, Saturday I played two of the best guys, and I was 1-on-2, and I played full court. Like, on my side, full court, and I beat him 11-0, just decimated him.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Good job.
so I talked to my pickleball coach now, and I asked her what it is, and so I think there's 5, maybe 6 rating, and so somebody had told me it was a 3.3. She said probably a 3.5, but then but she says there's parts of your game that are 4. So I'm having another group lesson, then individual lesson on Tuesday, and it was fascinating. Roseanne and I played and got, team coaching, partner coaching, and it was interesting because I was playing and I hit a ball, and then she looked at me, and I said, "Do you have something you want to share?" And she looked at me and she said, "Do you want to hear my feedback?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she told me, and I thought instantly, like, that's just weird. What have I done to cause her to think that I don't want? I mean, I'm paying for lessons and I want to get better, and she's good. Man, is she good. Honestly, I don't know if she's a better pickleball player or our teacher. I'm not sure, because I know she's an amazing teacher. Wow, is she? And she loves teaching, but she's good at pickleball too. We haven't played one-on-one yet, so we'll see. But her and her sister beat me and the other guy that was he and I are probably the two best at this other group. And her and her sister destroyed us. Like, it was great. And I asked her, and then I said immediately, I said, "So is there something I've done that caused you to think that I wouldn't want feedback?" And she's like, "Well, no, but there are some." And what she meant to say, I think, is there's some guys, and they don't want to be taught by a girl. I don't care who I'm taught by. Like, I want to get better.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get better. And so, but what I learned from Nora and she and I friendship is that there's baggage in the past that she gets to carry. She gets to carry. Like, there's nothing she did, but she still carries that baggage in our friendship. She just does. She pays for stuff in the past. And me, I pay for her stuff. It's just part of being friendship. So the pickleball, I realized, so I'm carrying the baggage from the past experiences that my coach has. So she's a young gal. I don't know. She's probably in her late 20s, maybe. And she's a young gal, just got married, sweet girl, funny. She teases. Oh, does she tease? She's not nice to me. She's very nice to Rosanna, but not so nice to me. Anyways, which is fine. I like that. And so I just started writing the book, Pickleball Changed Our Lives. And so, Ginger Ann, what would you like to accomplish today, and or what do you think of consistency, consideration, and competence, the 3 C's to building a very powerful man?
I think they're very crucial. My thought process when you said something about like what a woman looks for, like what happens if they don't grow up with that type of thing? How do you still want them to look for that?
That is the $1,000,000 question. So, Bob, Ginger Ann's our oldest daughter. And so she's
Okay.
37. She has 6 little ones, and she's pregnant with number 7.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, we're very, very excited. And so I don't know, Ginger Ann. I don't know. I honestly don't know, especially in this world.
Pure luck.
Well, I don't. Yeah. I'm not going to allow my mind to think that because then I can get lazy.
Right. It's all about praying.
I don't think it's that either because I don't think it's that either because there's the Christians, they're as messed up as the world is, and they go to church and they pray.
Right.
So, Bob,
Yeah.
we'll learn more about Bob. So, Bob, are you going to commit to participate in this, or is it just a goal? Like, if you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't. Are you going
No,
to?
I want to be consistent.
Okay, so are you making a
Commitment.
commitment, or is it a goal?
Goal. No,
It's a goal.
it's a commitment. That's why I'm
It,
here. I have it committed. Like I knew I wanted to do this today, even though I had other things that were planned way prior
right,
to this.
right, right. So you got
So
a lot. Bob's got a lot going on. He's not like me. He's got a life, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, JoJo met
mine's
Bob.
crazier.
JoJo's Ginger Ann's daughter.
Yeah, she's a very nice kid.
She's a very nice kid. Yeah. She
She
went
likes
ahead,
to see my cat come out of the refrigerator when I open the door.
right? Yeah,
Crazy cat.
she I don't think she'll ever forget that business. Like and the things that's going to happen with Bob and they can partner up with business together and JoJo's going to help Bob do some amazing things business-wise and Bob will help JoJo. Jill, what are your thoughts about the three C's? Well, Jill's finding her unmute. Anybody else have thoughts on the three C's?
They work together.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they play on each other. I mean, um, if you don't have one, then the other ones don't work so well.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me when men go ahead and say, well, I do this and this. And it's like, so I've dated my wife every Friday night for as long as I can remember. Does that make me a great husband? I don't think it does. It's a piece of the overall thing. What about when you don't feel like dating? Still date her. What about when you have 7 kids in a business and you don't know if you're going to survive? Still date her. Like, what about when you go over to, when you go over to Africa with your son for 3 weeks? Still date her, even though you're halfway around the world. Like, but that's just
Right.
one little thing. That's the thing that, like, really, and it's like, yep. But there's so much more than that. It's easy. It's easy as a man to become complacent with your wife, and you see flaws, and you see issues, and you see things where, and you just, I remember. I mean, I'm a slow learner. I'm not very smart. Like I think we were married for probably 35 years. Took 35 years for me to realize. Like I remember the first time I thought of it, I'm like, I'm just not dealing with the drama. I'm not gonna I am not gonna go ahead and it's just easier if I see stuff, I don't care. You know,
Right.
like I'm not gonna go ahead. There's too much drama, too much other stuff. I'm not gonna give her correct. I'm not gonna point out what I see. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. And then I remember thinking, well, that's really stupid. Like that's being a stupid, lazy husband. But now, now it's like, well, now I figured out how I can do that now, which is really cool. Jill, your thoughts on the three C's?
I think with the three C's, you've got somebody that's very balanced. Without it, it's an unbalanced situation, and um it goes it will spiral off in different directions depending on, you might have somebody that's consistent in one area but not in something else. And without having all three of them in balance, um I don't know. I think very few, you're going to find very few relationships where all three are in balance.
Right. And so if there's men out there that are saying, well, shouldn't women have the three C's? Absolutely. But how about if you focus on yourself first? Get the three.
Yeah.
In theory, in theory, this is a theory. This has not been my experience, but in theory, I mean, for sure, if a man has these three C's, if a man has these three C's, it is far easier for his wife and his daughters to have the three C's.
That's what I was thinking about with me is, do I have those? Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
See, and this is what I love about Jill. Like, this is what I absolutely adore about Jill is she internalized. She goes ahead. She's not like most women. Like, she internalizes stuff and says, well, what about me? She's got the same, like, she's got the same rule. She's got the same rule I do. When I see stuff in other people, well, where is it in myself? Like, I look at myself and say, you can't see something in somebody else is not first in yourself. So you examine yourself. The Bible says, this is Sunday. Will you get this in church? Probably won't, which is sad. Yeah. But you go ahead and the Bible says it's a command when you look at the original language. Like people use the, get the plank out of your own eye before you get the mote out of your own eye before you get the splinter out of somebody else's eye. People use that as leverage to not go ahead and get the splinter out of somebody else's eye. But that's not what the Bible's saying. The Bible it's a command, it's an imperative. You have to get it out of your own eye. And once you get it out of your own eye, then you go ahead and work on it up, get it out of somebody else. And that's what a good husband's going to do.
Because you see the whole picture.
They got to be able to see it. And it's really, 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 really hard. Like when you're married, your wife is going to see you. She just will. She's going to see who you are.
Yeah.
So we went over today. And so it's fascinating. It's awesome that Bob's on, that another man's on. So can Bob go ahead and get Kenny and Luke to show up? I don't know.
I have no response yet.
What's that?
No response yet.
Yeah, no. I'm sure. Yeah, it's fascinating on how some men, like, they can get up to go deer hunting. They can get up to go ahead and do snowboarding. They can get up to do things that they enjoy doing. But are they going to get up and do something maybe they don't enjoy? Being told, having something like where you're going to grow. Can they do that? I don't know. Can they do it consistently?
Right.
Can they be considerate of others? Can
Yeah.
they go ahead and be competent? Can you grow in something where you're a master at it?
That's the goal.
Right. Ginger Ann, anything else you have? Oops, looks like you had to jump off.
No, I'm here.
No, Ginger Ann.
Sorry about that.
So, Roseanne, anything you got?
No, I'm good.
Nor anything you got?
No, I don't think so.
Jill, anything you got?
Nope.
Bob, anything you got?
I got one room's primed now.
Nice. Nice.
No, I think that was good. I need to focus on like I noticed like the thing
I
that
think you're a talker versus a doer.
I can talk and do, but
Which do you tend to do more of?
that's similar to what I was just gonna talk about is because I don't see myself, I don't look at myself that much. Like in the mirror. I
Did you
don't
ask your wife on 1 to 10 what she rated the marriage?
I know, I did not.
So you don't kill things fast enough.
Okay.
So I gave you assignments yesterday. I expected those to be done yesterday, but they weren't done. And it's like they're not that hard, especially one would take like 30 seconds to do. But when you said you at least acknowledge you overthink things. So
Right.
Bob said they've been married for 22 years, is it, Bob?
Yep.
So 22 years. And I asked him how he would rate his marriage, and he said a 10. On a 1 to 10, he said a 10. I said, wow, okay, that's good. And how would your wife rate the marriage? And he said she'd rate it a 10 too. I said, really? And he's like, yeah. I said, wow. And I said, so in 22 years of marriage, how long has it been a 10? And he says, all 22 years. And I said, really? He's like, yeah. And he said, he was clear. He said, I mean, it's not every day. It's not bliss. I'm not talking that. I'm talking big picture 10. So
Right.
I asked him yesterday, that was I don't know if it was on the way to pickleball or the way back from pickleball, but I asked him those questions. I said, ask your wife. So I figured he was just going to jump on the phone and call his wife and say, hey, honey, I was just curious, like 1 to 10, how'd you rate the marriage? 10 being the best. And then what would you like most about it? What do you like most about it? And then, what would be one suggestion to improve? And he didn't do that.
Let's go back on. We haven't talked about memory yet. How do we repair memory?
You write things down and kill stuff fast.
Yes, I said I write stuff down, and I'm working on learning on killing stuff.
And you kill it fast.
Yep.
You kill it really fast. And um, so, so what we do, Bob, is the real good stuff happens before and after the podcast. And so anybody that wants to stick around, after is free to do so. If you're listening to the rebroadcast, I would share this with other people, especially the men that don't want to hear it. So what men who don't want to hear it are the ones that need to hear it, but they train the women in their life not to go ahead and not to go ahead and not to go ahead and challenge them. So women don't challenge men. So challenge a man in your life. You might be surprised if he's trained you not to. You might be surprised.
Yep.
You might be surprised. You guys are awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.
You also.